This is breaking news from Channel 7 Eyewitness News.
And that breaking news just into the Eyewitness newsroom, the head of the New York Police Department stepping down. Commissioner Keechant Sewell resigning after just a year and a half on the job. And good evening, everyone. I'm Bill Ritter.
I'm Sandra Bookman in this afternoon for Sade Badarin-Wah. We're following this breaking story from several angles tonight. We're going to begin with Eyewitness News reporter Dan Krauth. He's in the newsroom. Dan?
Yes, Andrew, we just received word that the 45th Police Commissioner, the Queens native, has resigned. She sent out an email to the 35,000 members of the NYPD just a few minutes ago. I have that email right here in front of me. I'm going to read a portion of it for you. In this email, she says, since I joined you almost a year and a half ago when she took office, we have faced tremendous tragedy, challenges, and triumphs together. She went on to say, I've made the decision to step down from my position. She went on to say, I was acutely aware of the challenges you faced both before I arrived and what you also experience daily. That is why I made your wellness one of my top priorities. We cannot be expected to deliver the type and quality of police services that New Yorkers deserve unless we care for and protect the guardians of this city. She went on to thank all the men and women of the NYPD, saying thank you for stepping forward, and as always, please stay safe. And she also has a tremendous amount of respect and admiration for the NYPD. Here's what we do not know as of 5 p.m. today. Why? Why did she decide to step down just a year and a half into her tenure as the first female to be elected into this position? When does this go into effect? And the big question now is, who will be replacing her? Once we learn any answers to these questions, of course, we will let you know. For now, reporting live in the newsroom, Dan Krauth, Channel 7 Eyewitness News.
Dan, thank you very much. Now, NJ Burkett spent the day with the police commissioner on Friday, touring one of the most dangerous neighborhoods in the city on Staten Island.
We want to bring him into this conversation. You may be one of the last people, certainly one of the last reporters to talk to the commissioner. What did she seem like then? There were a lot of rumors before you talked to her that, you know, she didn't have much power, that the mayor was exercising a lot of power on this job. What was your take?
Oh, Bill, I think in fairness, the mayor in New York City has essentially run the NYPD. That goes back many administrations. So it's no surprise that the mayor exerts control over the police commissioner. Was she pushing back with the mayor on certain things? I think we'll eventually find out. But when I was with her on Friday, she seemed, in fact, remarkably relaxed. She was clearly focused on the needs of the people in the Stapleton section of Staten Island. She listened. She promised them increased police enforcement. She promised them stepped up community outreach. So this hits me, and we're just finding out about this, Bill. This hits me as a bolt out of the blue. Bill, Sandra?
One of the interesting things on all this, NJ, is that obviously the commissioner had never had the big experience on a big police force. There's no question. In Nassau County, she was chief of detectives, which is a pretty small unit. In fact, a very small unit. And she had, a lot of people had big expectations of her, but they also knew, as you said, that the mayor Adams, which had been an officer with the police department for a long time, knew what he wanted to do with the police department, and she was always sort of in the background a lot. In fact, when you got that interview, a lot of us were surprised, Newt, that she was talking at all because she hadn't been talking for so long.
Well, Bill, you'll remember this too, that Bill Bratton, who is Giuliani's police commissioner, actually resigned in a tug of war over police authority, how much authority that he would have under Giuliani. These types of conflicts are not unusual in the city of New York. I mean, I've seen it in essentially every administration that's come down the line. But I was struck being with her one-on-one because, when you see her at a press conference, she does seem really sort of, buttoned up, by the book. People of a certain generation will understand when I say she seems like sort of a Jack Webb type figure, really facts just the facts. And then when I saw her up close, had a chance to spend part of the day with her, it was remarkable to me and noteworthy to me how relaxed she seemed. There was one particularly poignant moment when she saw a 15 13-year-old girl who's part of a community program there in Stapleton, and the girl was literally in tears, so moved by meeting the first female police commissioner of the city of New York. She was literally in tears. I mean, tears are welling up in her eyes, and she said, you know, she's such an inspiration to young women like me. And I know that Commissioner Sewell was struck by that, and so was I.
Yeah, I do remember that moment in your interview, and Jay, thank you very much for sharing your thoughts and experiences with us. We're going to check back with you in just a few minutes about the other big story that you've been covering tonight, President Trump's indictment. So we'll see you in a little bit.
Now we're joined by Bob Boyce. He's former NYPD chief of detectives and now an ABC contributor. Bob, I'm going to go on a limb and say you're not surprised by this.
It was supposed to be at the end of the summer. That was a rumor. More than anything else. But I met with her Wednesday night at a police foundation dinner, and she was in control, sharp as a tack, as always, gracious. And the mayor really exalted her that night, too. So this is a surprise this quickly. There was rumors flying around for a while, and they always do, Bill. That never changes in a big organization. But this is a great loss. This was a really outstanding leader. The men and women really respected her, and she carried herself with so much grace and discipline and genuine sincerity. I got to meet her many times, and every time I walked away, I was more and more impressed.
Any thoughts about who we may see in that seat next?
I don't want to speculate because that's what it would be. But it's there's some people that have been rumored as well, so we'll see who they are in the department right now. But we're a long way from that right now. I want to give her her hour of respect that she is so due.
She was well known for her intelligence. She's a very smart person. I mean, extremely smart. You talk to people who know her and are friends of hers and say, you know, she blows them away by how smart she is. But she really watched what she said. She let the mayor take the lead over a lot of things that we hadn't seen her publicly for a long time. I do want to ask you, as a former chief of detectives for the biggest police department in the country, the NYPD. What did you think when she got named to become the next commissioner, having been the chief of detectives in Nassau County?
I will tell you that I got to meet her over the years, whatever we had on the border and things like that. And we always said that she's the next big thing. So we used to call her because she handles herself well, and she's able to pick up information very quickly, adapt to her surroundings, as leaders do. So she was all that. And then, like I said, I wish her the best in life because in her next endeavor, wherever that may be, because she's done a great job for us. And to get back to your earlier point, I don't know exactly. I don't think she was as powerful as some other past police commissioners. And I think that played into this.
You said she was well-liked, respected in the department. The impact of the resignation today on the rank and file.
So, Sandra, she put out a text message to every police officer in the city, and put out and said she was leaving in a very distinguished, very thoughtful, way. And I just read it a few minutes ago. I was very taken aback by it, and she really loved the NYPD. I think. Remember, she grew up in the city as well, even though she worked in Nassau County. So I think she's done a fantastic job. We're a lesser place now without her because if you look at the numbers, the violence numbers, they've come down dramatically. 24% reduction in shootings, 14% reduction in homicide. Things that she's done and the way she's carried herself with the line of duty families, a big loss that we're going to talk about for quite some time.
Yeah, one of the deputy mayors, the deputy mayor Banks, is very good friends of the mayor, Mr. Adams. And a lot of people thought from the beginning that he was going to be in charge and Mr. Banks was going to have no small amount of say-so over this as well. How is this going to affect the search for the next commissioner?
Well, Phil Banks is a friend of mine as well, and he's former chief of department, so he knows the job inside and out. I don't know where that takes us or who they're thinking of right now. This may be a shock to them as well, because I will tell you, Wednesday night, it all seemed like one big happy family. So I hope she has wherever she does well, because she's earned it. And I remember her initially, only a few months into her tenure, the terrible double homicide of 2 of our officers up in Harlem, and she held the department together during that time, quite, and spoke very quickly and very heartfelt. So I remember those times about her, and I saw the other night. It's a bolt out of the blue, like NJ called it.
Yeah, no question. All right, Bob Boyce, thanks for your insight, Robert. I really appreciate it.